Well, I have to say, stop the press. Stop the press. We have vital, important information out here. We have to get the news out. And that is why the press has been so historically critical to the, I mean, they talk about the history of the printing press. Mm-hmm. And it has had the impact that changed our world, because then information could flow much easily. So we're going to talk a little bit about that here today. Mm-hmm. Barbara Reeves is in studio, BREEVES Printing. But first, let's give a shout out to our sponsors. You can see everybody on the walls next to us, behind us, around us. We have Carroll House Furniture, Carroll House, Brooke and Amy. We love what they do. They are awesome because you like nice things, right? In your little castle. Mm-hmm. You must have nice things in your little castle, so that's what we have there. And then our friends over at USA Mortgage, doing a great job. Everyone needs a home, and so USA Mortgage, I am a licensed loan officer, MLO they call it, mortgage loan officer, and the disclaimers come up. We've got that at the end of the show here for you, so you can get all the information about my license, but I've been doing this for a while. And finally, some of the mortgage guys said, you've been doing our advertising forever. Why don't you get paid on this stuff, get your license? So that's what we're doing now, and there's all kinds of fun stuff that ties into it. Multifaceted, we have to diversify. We're going to talk about how Barbara here has changed careers, and now is in a position where she is the entrepreneur, and we're going to talk about this. So let's get into it. I'm going to put up on the wall behind us then. You got a pretty good looking website. You guys, that's good. That's what you need these days. Everybody talks about the interwebs, and if you don't have a good looking website, that's one of the things. But I'm going to share with people information why I believe, and I think you obviously agree, print is still very important. More important than most people realize.
Absolutely.
Especially when you get down to the psychology, if you will, of why people, or how people get to where you want them to be, so that you can reach out to them, capture their lead information. How many of us in the marketing world talk about that? And it is critical for what we do. So Barbara, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
We have a few questions for you, and I'd like to give them a list of stuff that we might want to talk about. Barbara wrote these out in detail. That was dynamite. Nobody's ever done that before. That's why she has done. She was at the higher levels. We talked about this a little bit before the show too. At a well-known airplane manufacturer. That and after rising to the heights there and managing $40 million in budget with them, you said, I got to do something different. I'm going to start my own company. I'll become an entrepreneur. Why did you decide to do this?
Well, I used to be an entrepreneur before I came to Boeing. So that is kind of what I wanted to do again. And I always enjoyed being my own boss. So that was really where I was hoping to get back to being able to do things the way that I like to do them.
Well, and that's important. If you want to run things correctly, you want them to run well, efficiently, you start your own company.
It's true.
Or find a company that you like the way they're kind of in the industry that you're at, and say, I'd like to purchase that company and be the owner, and then change things the way you want them to be. It's
right.
And so excellent strategy there. I'm with you. Knowing your background, when we first met, I was like, she's doing printing, okay. And then we talked about your background. I'm like, holy cow, you were like, you helped run this country a little bit and do some great stuff to make a real impact in our little planet, because that airplane company is at the level you got. And then you said at 30 years of doing that age, at a young age, should we say your age?
You might as well. I was 56 at the time I
56.
left Boeing.
So this is like negative 7 years ago, because you look young. But great job, and you said, let's go do it. All right, why did you decide to do this? I mean, this is an endeavor. Why'd you pick printing?
Well, that's kind of I was looking for an established company, and I really wanted to be able to use my creativity, which is what I was hoping is I'd be able to manifest my creativity into printing. And I have been able to do that to a degree, not in quite the same way I thought I would do, but somehow I've managed to do that.
Well, again, taking it on, there's no crying in baseball we have on the wall up here.
Exactly.
And so you decided, I'm going to go after this. In an industry, some people think, oh, printing, that's all.
Yeah.
No, not if you know how marketing really works. And
Well, printing has always been termed a dying business. So everybody thought I was crazy to go buy a printing business. But, you know, and COVID kind of made that maybe a reality. But there's certainly a lot of reason to have printing around. You can't really have just online marketing.
yes.
I don't believe that's sufficient for a real marketing strategy.
Well, we've talked about that a little bit. A lot of people, because I get into it with people to say, do you know that the number one barrier to entry for most businesses, because I've been doing marketing I was involved with the marketing for Anheuser-Busch when I was 25, so 25. And literally, emails, we blasted them out. 50 million emails came from our servers that I managed and went out to the world. And we tracked how many deliveries, failures, all that kind of stuff. But the other core element to that was emails emails dead. And no, none of this stuff is. You've got to hit them with multiple points. We talked about that before.
Right. You got to get people to first to pick up what you want them to see. Then you've got to be able to draw them into wanting more information. And then you've got to have that more information lead them to what do they want, you know. Yeah. And I think that's part of having a lot of creativity, is that if you don't have a lot of color and excitement in what you put out for print products, you're not going to draw them into that need to
Great
look.
point. First, I'm going to say, a lot of times we do have impromptu little things we change. I'm going to tell you one we're going to make where, if you don't mind, tuck your wire under.
Oh, my wires.
No worries. And then pull that mic over just a little bit, Tori. But we do live. We just tell how it is, everybody. There's nothing to hide here, so there you go. I just want to look the greatest, but there, you got it. But in our discussion, our pregame prep, and thank you for being flexible with us today. I ended up in another big thing and it turned into a bigger thing that I was trying to manage. But I said, let's have the conversation we normally have on our phones before we normally have in the studio, because you write these notes that were dynamite. And a lot of people, nobody does that. But you're a very thorough person, obviously, with what you do. And one of the most interesting points that I'm like, exactly. How do you get somebody's attention? That is the absolute most essential component. If you don't have someone's attention, nothing else matters, right? I talk to people, he's like, oh, I just spent $13,000 on my website. Awesome. How many people go there?
Yeah, exactly.
We had 27 visitors last month. I'm like, woo,
wow.
Feel good about your $13,000 website. But I talk about it. This is where I said, I'm going to talk about this. This is cool because my little, hey, you know anybody that dresses up like a crazy wild man, having lots of fun in the community? Here, we'll put the hat on at this point, right? Where's the cowboy hat? I learned inadvertently, however you want to look at that, to get attention. Now, I was like, I better do something real positive with this or my mom is going to kill me. But I felt like I would talk about my coma and what I overcame and help other people understand that life is not over no matter what hurdle you go through. That's what the show is. And we bring other leaders on to talk about that. That's why we invited you on here. But print is a dynamite way. If you don't feel like dressing up as a cowboy with form-fitting baseball pants and striped socks and carrying a trophy and rings, and I have half of that here. We really beat up our trophy earlier today, broke a couple flags. But it's all right. It's not platinum. Everybody thinks it's platinum. It's not. But it's platinum paint. But you have to get their attention. And if you don't want to run around in a baseball uniform, which some people may want to. I haven't found anybody else that does. Not my age at the Cardinal game, but I don't care. I was in a coma. Life is short. I'm having fun. It turned into a wonderful, fun thing for me to help people and do things. Print it on something that looks dynamite.
Absolutely.
Tell us why that's so important.
Well, I think you need to. I have a degree, or actually a minor in psychology, and one of the things that I always saw as important is you have to get people to you have to come to people in different ways. So you can approach people with something written. You can approach people with the words that you use. You can approach people with music. All of those different ways are ways to draw them in. And printed products, bright and colorful and exciting, are ways that you can draw people in. And once you draw them in, you can draw them to your information, which is critical to getting the sale that you want for that person to buy your products.
Well, and that's what we talk about. It's like, hello, do you want your effort to result in half as many people that end up there, or 100% of what you could have had? Because I don't do print. It doesn't work. That's fine. The people that know that it does, we're glad you don't do it.
Exactly.
Because they're going, hey, that's cool. We got a little secret here. It's not the primary for some people, but it is a dynamite. It depends what you're offering, where you're at, what you're doing. And so I just learned, we got to dive into the QR code discussion a little bit. And we've got all kinds of examples over here. I've got flyers, you've got flyers. But everyone knows what a QR code is. Now I finally embedded those into our last little video that we did. But it can come up on a screen. QR codes are dynamite. Carry your television with you, everybody. And then you can put up a QR code for everybody that you see, and they can scan that. Or get it printed on a piece of paper on your business card, at
Even
least.
on your business card.
Right?
Right.
Why are Q cards so essential now? QR codes.
A QR code is a way that once you've drawn them in with your pretty pictures or something, then that's the way that they connect to more information.
Yes.
And then you can give people tons of information without having to have a big book, right? Here's the book of all the products we have, right? But you could just take them to your website and
it seems to
drop them right onto the product.
Exactly. You can the QR code can go right to the page that you want.
Right.
The QR code essentially ties to whatever they want. It code used to be
Exactly.
UPC codes, right? Where they're instantly, and whenever you checked out of the store, they didn't have to type in the number or go check the inventory and mark one off.
And we do put barcodes on things too that sometimes connect people to the exact product that you're going to want them to go get.
And it takes them right to that page on the website.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, please invest in some print materials, because it's the most cost-effective way. I can print them on my little printer. That'll be like the cheap way of getting it done, and it can work.
But it's actually not as cheap as you think it is.
Oh, it ends up being a pain. I got printers around here, they'll break,
because
and
if
then
you
I run
got
out of ink. And
those little toner cartridges and stuff are way more expensive than going and having it printed by an actual printer.
Well, that's where it's a dynamite strategy, if you will, to have a great relationship with a wonderful printer. Now, I'd say that's something that is easy, kind of commonplace. There's a lot of printers available out there, but Barbara, literally, people tell us why some of the things that, especially when we talk printer ink. I mean, and I've got a printer that I use a little bit every once. They're great guys. There are a lot of them. But what is the big advantage you have? Because you've got such mass printing capabilities, and we talked about how much more people spend.
Yeah.
Because you send it to one printer, they're not actually doing it.
When you go and buy all those little cartridges, I don't know if you've probably got some of those little cartridges that you've had to buy, and they're like $60
I've got them
each.
downstairs. Oh, they figured out the printers, they don't make their money on. It's the ink.
They make a ton off the ink.
Right.
So you're buying those little cartridges, and it's printing 200-300 copies, and then you're done, and you got to go buy another one of those. So add that up over your 300 copies.
Oh,
right?
It's insane.
What are you paying per page then?
All right, everybody, we're going into BREEVES printing. I'm going to see Barbara, see what's going on. Barbara, Steve. Hey. Oh, hello, sir. How you doing? My name's Carter.
Emil Hector.
Emil. Oh, hey, man. How you doing? What's going on over here? I kind of interrupted. Is it all right if I just keep filming what you guys are talking about?
I'm just here picking up some gear for my boxing gym.
Okay,
That she
cool.
printed out.
Well, show me some of it. Is it all right if we look at some of it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure. This is one in the Kobe colors.
All right. That looks dynamite. Wow.
Got one.
This is one in the American colors.
There you go. Nice. Man,
These are all
that looks awesome.
UV resistant ink. They won't ever fade or peel up or break up like normal vinyl does.
Really? Okay. Yeah, I know that's how long
ever
these
do
things
that.
last. Is that going to last?
It'll last as long as this sweatshirt.
That's time. I don't know how many shirts. I have all my own materials and everything, and sometimes they last like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
This is going to last a lot longer. That's good. Well, I mean, tell us a little bit. Why do you like what they've done for you? Is it how long?
Yeah, I
How
love
long,
it.
you, how long you been
I've
using?
I've been
Breeze?
using Barbara since the beginning of my business. So it was probably since last year in November. Ordered about 300 shirts from her, and she got them done right on time before my grand opening. Very communicative. She's local. Always support your local business owners. Very happy with everything she's done. The material is incredible. The way she prints on there is different from anybody else. It lasts a long time. There's quality behind it. You can even feel it. It doesn't feel like, usually when you get stuff printed, people get these large images on here. I mean, this is pretty big, and it becomes so thick, and it feels fake. This feels real, and it's a nice feel. It doesn't feel like too tacky or too thick, if you know what I mean.
Cool. All right. So another happy customer.
Yes.
That's cool. Got an event coming here? We're probably going to do some. We're going to follow up with you and see if we can
That'd be
talk a little
fun,
bit
yeah.
about what you do to help the community.
That'd be awesome,
All
yeah.
right. Good stuff. Giddy up.
And then there's,
All right. Here we go. We're taking a tour.
and then there's
Barbara?
canvases.
All right. You print everything you see here. You've printed or.
Well, no, some of this artwork on the walls is not our stuff.
Okay.
This is all our stuff.
This. Yeah, that's what I mean. These look like that would be hard to
Yeah.
print. That's been painted.
So these give you an idea how vibrant the color is.
Wow, and that's a
It's a canvas.
canvas. Yeah.
And I've actually taken photos and blown them up into the canvas, and it's like a painting when
Wow.
it's done, and the color is incredible.
Yeah. All right. Show me some more. You want to?
And then you can do this. By doing that, you can also then take pictures, and you can put your own stuff around, graphics around them and stuff,
Right.
so that it
And that's
you
all in a vinyl.
personalize it.
Wow, that looks dynamite. Now I can say I am a painter if I just took a picture and then got it put on there. It looked like a painting. Okay. Another
Okay.
thing to add to the cowboy's resume. All right. What else?
So then we go over here.
All right. Show me the inner workings. This is the front office.
This is our graphics side.
Okay. Graphics. Cool.
And then we got Aubrey, who's
Aubrey.
done all that cool
Nice to meet
graphics.
Nice to meet you.
Got-
I'm the Cardinal Cowboy. Good to see you.
So,
So,
I saw the interview.
did you like that?
Yeah,
Cool.
it was fun.
Yeah, I said only, and I'll say this on camera. Can't skinnier. Can you do that?
Okay.
In his animated one, that's all it was. Can you get him skinnier?
Right.
Yeah, you can do anything with Photoshop these days.
Yeah.
True.
I know a little bit.
She could make you skinny.
All right, we'll do that.
Yes.
That's cool. No, it looked great. I'm excited. I haven't had anybody yet say, okay, we're going to air the show and let's do a promo about the show from our own printing stuff that we can do. So very cool. So you're working on some cool stuff right now. What do you got going on?
Yep, I'm working on the newsletter for the next month. So,
Okay. So you
Yeah.
got a newsletter too.
So
yep.
she's got
This is
that
the old
newsletter,
one.
that one that we showed actually on the.
Okay.
So this is the old one, and then I'm just taking some of the logos off this one to put into the new one, and it will be out next week.
All right.
So-
Been building the new dragons,
Ah, okay.
so I really love my new dragons.
And is it Audrey
I'll show
or
you
Aubrey?
one. It's Aubrey.
Aubrey, yeah. Okay, cool.
It's one of the dragons we're working
Oh, wow,
on.
you can work on a
Isn't
pad
that
too.
gorgeous?
Wow. Okay. Some people are really good at what they do. All right. Give me
We
some.
try.
Get some knuckles there. Good job. Proud of you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, and then this is what we call the digital
cow.
side.
Holy cow. Hold on. I'm going to give you guys a view of the whole room here. Holy manoli. You could land an airplane in here. It's bigger than an airplane. I mean, the wings may not, but the whole fuselage was. But anyway, holy cow.
So these are the big dogs, the copiers,
Okay.
and that's a color one, that's a color one, and this is a black and white.
Some people still need black and white just to get the print
Yeah.
and stuff done.
Well,
Okay.
it's cheaper to
Yeah.
go just straight black and white.
Sure.
so-
Yeah. Okay.
And then this is a hat press.
A hat
So
press.
I can actually put.
Okay, I'm getting a hat from you. I didn't know where to get one.
The hats.
Yep.
And this is the t-shirt press, and whatever other kind of materials I can put any. If I transfer something like onto a tablecloth or something, I'll just kind of move it along and do the pressing as I go.
And Aubrey, you could make me look more muscular than my. Right? Get the right T-shirt if we. All right, good. The more muscular would be almost impossible. No, I mean, but yeah, it could help. I'm getting old. Start working out.
Someday you'll need more muscles, right?
Right.
Now this is what I call, and this I'm gonna take the cover off of it. This is the guy that does all the large format stuff. So
Okay. Yeah, this is that Maki.
the Mamaki.
Maki. Okay, yeah, that's what you said on the show.
So this thing
Interview.
does all kinds of different material. So I can do banners and wall clings and window clings, and I can do removable wallpaper, custom wallpaper, which is really cool.
So I could make a room look one way, and 10 minutes later tear it off and make it look another way.
You could put up, so you could take your favorite photo, right, and make it into wallpaper.
Okay. I'm just saying for
put it up
studio
on your
purposes,
wall.
yeah, we got to change the studio all the time. We could do.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, very neat.
And we can do the canvases. So you saw the pictures that we had out there. This is what does all that stuff too.
Okay, nice. And especially for somebody who just wants to, they got an event going on,
Right.
and they want to put it up and then take it down quickly.
Banners are great for events.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and they're not very expensive. I'm probably one of the cheapest banner makers here.
Cool.
And then let's see. And if we go this way, we'll walk into.
Following you.
We'll walk into the press area.
This is where the press meets.
So this is the offset presses.
Offset presses. Okay, good. I thought there was like a press meeting. I was gonna have to get out my credentials or
You'll have
something.
to get your credentials out.
Right.
And so this is our plate maker. You remember I mentioned that
Okay.
that we make the plates for other printers and
Okay.
stuff. Those plates are what runs these is the instructions for all these offset presses.
Okay.
And that's what they do. So we have every style of offset press in here. We've got really old things that were,
Yeah, that's like 1923.
I don't know, that one's pretty old.
That looks like, but they made them like tanks back in the day,
They
so
did,
it'll last forever.
And all of these, as you see, this one is going right here.
Yeah, we're hearing some noise there, so yeah, we don't want to get too close to it, or else it won't pick up our microphone, and we'll have to talk really loud. But
Yeah. So that one's in work right now, and it works almost every day.
almost every day, and it works every time you use it, but almost every day you have to use it.
It's running every day. I would say that that's probably one of the heaviest used ones.
Okay, and is that color also?
It can be any color.
Okay,
right?
all right.
Yeah. So these plates. They essentially have the instructions that is done for those machines,
Okay.
right? And that's what
That's a
goes
plate.
into the actual press.
Okay.
And then he's running the ink, rolling the ink through there to do those kind of prints.
Nice. Okay.
Okay?
Beautiful. Yeah. I
And
mean,
he's noisy.
it was pumping them out over there. There it is.
He's
Who?
pumping out envelopes.
What's it? Who's that?
That was envelopes. That's John.
Hey, John. Keep up the good work, man. All right. Wow. That's you're filled up. Look at the ceilings here. That's all.
Yeah.
You could put like 3 more levels in here if you needed
They're
to.
super tall, and I'm not sure how we're ever going to change any of the light bulbs.
yeah. Yeah. You need a
Because it's
cherry picker to do that.
It's going to have a lift.
Yep.
But as you see, we just have old machines, and they're all still in use.
Because they work. They get the job done. Yeah. That's good.
This is the
like me.
cutter.
Oh,
This
I
is
still-
our main cutter.
Okay.
So we do a lot of all of that stuff that gets printed out on the copiers. will get printed out in multiple copies on a page, and then we cut them down to the right sizes
Okay,
in
cool.
there.
All right, we got a couple minutes left here. What else are we gonna?
Okay, so this is the big dog, the Komori that I was talking about, that does
The copper rolls right there.
this
Okay.
big Komori. It's the whole thing is one machine,
Oh wow.
and that is the one that I was talking about that we do the boxes.
You can print on boxes.
Right. So
Okay.
so we're actually doing panels of boxes.
Gotcha.
Like something like this, where we're doing a panel and then these are rejects.
Yep.
But you do a panel that then is that they put the other pieces of the cardboard box together, and then it's personalized box. for
Deliver.
them
Yeah. It
to
doesn't.
ship.
Some people want to know what was being delivered.
Plus, it's also the machine that we use for great big things like desk calendars and stuff. If we do a desk calendar,
Okay.
we would do that with this big machine.
Okay. All right. What else we got here? Oh, wow. We got some mixed paint over. Can I do finger painting while I'm here? No.
Yeah, but I don't think you'd want to.
That's more permanent ink. Huh?
It's a little more permanent than you want, I think.
If it was red, I'd be okay.
This is the laminator we've got
Cardinals.
now.
All right.
So this is our newest toy.
Okay. And that's a laminator. Yes.
Yeah.
People need. Yes, you need things laminated. They last 10 times longer once they've been
Once
laminated.
they've been laminated, yeah.
Okay.
That's the shrink wrap machine.
Okay. Shrink wrap everything. You got the whole thing here. There it is. I see the shrink wrap right there. Is that the shrink wrap? So, I mean, literally from A to Z, you guys have everything here. Is that right?
Pretty much.
Everybody.
Yeah, it's Shelby.
Shelby, I'm going to turn it back over to this. Hey, Shelby. What's Shelby doing over there?
Shelby is preparing this stuff for shipping.
All right, Barbara. I had to step back here and take a look. This is, oh my. So I do still kick field goals periodically. Can I come in and practice in here sometimes? I can kick field goals in here. Is that all right?
Come on in.
All right, we'll get a little space to do that, and this is just awesome. Way to go. We appreciate you giving us a little tour here. I'm going to turn around. Barbara also offered me a box to stand on because she's about 6'6", I think. Because I'm 5 foot. I'm 6'2". Not quite.
I'm only 6 foot.
She's 6 foot. All right. And so am I. As I stand on my tippy toes.
There you go.
All right, everybody. Thank you, Barbara, for letting us take a tour of your facility. Amazing. Stay tuned for more, everybody. Up there, but Barbara, we're running up on our end of our segment here for you. We're going to continue here, everybody. By the way we do these segments is, and we're finishing up right now. This segment's going to end on ABC right now, but there's a lot more we're going to dive into here. So go watch the full interview out on our YouTube channel, her YouTube channel. We give our clients a copy of the interview, their Facebook, all that stuff, and get back into that. See the rest of this interview. This is going to be great information for you guys that you really should dig into because we can show you where you can be much more effective by doing so. So with that, everybody, we're continuing on. All right, everybody, stay tuned for more. This is the Your Little Castle Show. We'll talk to you soon. Giddy up.